Hello, everybody. Scott Golden with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is we bring about conversations on a variety of psychological, emotional, and mental health related topics, as well as coaching related topics. We try to do that as often as we can, several times per week usually. We've got over 700 audios available for your listening pleasure, and we continue to add to that on a multi-time per week basis. If you are looking for ways to formulate better habits, which is the concept of today's video, there's a couple ways to do that. You can reach out through Twitter at the PO Perception Twitter account, or you can connect with us here on YouTube through the About Me section of the page. And so it's important to set good habits, and habits can be difficult because most of them are born and live in the subconscious mind, not the conscious mind. The things we do, often we're doing in an automatic way, and so breaking down things and understanding that progress is a give and take process is the first step to setting new habits. What I mean by that is, look, you will have backslides and you will make progress. Understanding that charting both where you backslide, understanding the triggers that make you backslide, and also supporting and rewarding yourself for progress, no matter how small, is important to committing to new habits. If you are only looking at things, from an all or nothing perspective, then you will fail most times in changing habits, because the more narrow the goal that you have, the harder it is to achieve the goal in a way that makes sense to you. The next is understand that most habits are born in the unconscious, not the conscious mind. We can say in a moment of clarity that we want to make positive changes, but our unconscious mind, or the subconscious mind, the part of us that goes into autopilot when we're not thinking about things, are going to do the things that we're in habit of doing. So understanding how to be more present moment minded using meditation or focusing techniques, understanding that something as simple as speaking something out loud and or having a connection with a variety of support networks, meditation, prayer, focus exercises, and other forms can be helpful to keeping us more consciously aware of the pitfalls that are there. The next thing is have a plan for when things go well. In other words, a way to reward yourself, but also have a plan for when things don't go according to plan. How do you reset yourself? How do you get away from the triggers that are causing you to go in a negative direction? This is super important, because if you don't have a plan for unforeseen circumstances, positive or negative, then your life runs you and you're not running it. Also understand that you've got to understand your triggers, not only from a why I do what I do, but what causes me to do the things I do, what's the motivating factor, what makes a negative consequence more likely to happen, how can I get to a place of better understanding within myself, how can I cut off myself when I get into an automatic pattern I do not want. All of these are valuable questions to ask yourself continually until you have clear understanding and a concise meaning to whatever you're trying to accomplish. The next thing is one at a time. Understand that we may become overwhelmed with positivity and the desire to change things quickly. We may decide, hey, I really want this to be different today. And so forcing ourselves forward and or making decisions based upon moving quickly is and can be extremely valuable and also devastating at the same time. When we expect ourselves to be able to have multiple answers at the same time to multiple behavioral changes, such as losing weight and quitting smoking and exercising more, all as the same habit change, we're less likely to gain success, because the more diversified your goals are, the harder it is to stay focused on one and to see the pitfalls of where you're not making the progress you'd like to make. It's much better to have one goal at a time that you're completely focused on, committed to, and completely invested in, rather than getting tied up in other forms. Now, the more meaningful you are to get to a good place, the better it'll be to get where you want to be in the long run. So, hopefully this is helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment, until next time, everybody.